Pre-service teachers and viewers, we all wonder why specific educators are so significant in society today. Well, my research poster is based on Benjamin Bloom and it focuses on 4 questions. What did Benjamin Bloom contribute to educational thinking or practices? What is significant about Benjamin Bloom's contribution? In what ways is Benjamin Bloom's work relevant in Australia today? And why is Benjamin Bloom significant to me as a future teacher? To start off, a little bit of background about Benjamin Bloom. He was born on the 21st of February 1913. Throughout Bloom's life, he gained many recognised degrees, such as a Master's, a Bachelor and a PhD in education. Bloom had many roles in his life, such as a university examiner, he got on the board of examinations, and he also became an educational advisor for many nations. Bloom, in 1956, created his taxonomy after much research. Bloom contributed his taxonomy to educational thinking or practices because when he contributed this taxonomy, it changed the way teachers taught and how they actually thought of the students. Bloom's taxonomy is a theory that describes learning as it comes increasingly sophisticated levels. His taxonomy starts at the bottom with remembering and finishes up at the top at creating. So there's 6 levels throughout, and each level needs to be undertaken to be able to reach level 6. Step 1 is remembering. This means students should be able to recall information. Step 2 is understanding. This is where students should actually be able to explain specific concepts that they've learned previously. Step 3 is applying. This is applying the knowledge that they've learned and demonstrating and using the information in new situations. Step 4 is analysing. This is where students should be able to draw a connection amongst ideas. Step 5 is evaluating. At this level, students should be able to justify decisions and be able to critique and support their ideas and contributions. At step 6 is creating. This is the top level, and here students now should be able to reproduce and recreate concepts in new scenarios. So what is significant about Benjamin Bloom's contribution? Well, there's many reasons, but one main reason is that it actually gives teachers an understanding of how students are performing, what information they're retaining, and how they're actually going and what needs a little bit of improvement. Also, another reason why Bloom's taxonomy is significant is that the taxonomy focuses on developing skills, application skills and information, and also it doesn't focus on the content as much, and also Bloom's taxonomy has changed the way curriculum is created. So it's now created by using the 6 levels, so students actually can get to the top level, which helps them to be able to move on to the next year in school. So Benjamin Bloom's work is used in Australia today in schools, universities, also in the daycare centres, getting the students to count, being able to remember their counting. So it's used in schools, so getting them from the bottom level to the next level and then moving that over to the next year that they move to, so from pre-primary to year 1, from year 2, so on. It's also used in universities for pre-service teachers, so they get you to look in depth in each level and actually understand how you can use this level and how it will help you in the classroom. And the last question was, why is Benjamin Bloom significant to me as a future teacher? Well, Benjamin Bloom is significant to me for many reasons. His work is just influential. It helps you gain an understanding of your students, and he looking at the students as individuals rather than comparing each other to one another. Also, he's significant because he looks at developing the students quite far, not just keeping that same knowledge all the time in that remembering stage, just moving that knowledge that they've got. And to finish, we've got a quote from Benjamin Bloom himself, and it's creativity follows mastery. So mastery of skills is the first priority of young talent. My name's Jasmine Stockdale. Thank you for listening.